I'm here on the Yakima. This is Anacortes Ferry Terminal. And we are going to be heading out this way. We're going to be going to Orcas Island today, the beginning of my adventure on Orcas Island. It is 30 September 2014. This is the camping area for the Upper Mountain Lake area for Moran State Park. It's all pretty open. The convenient thing is I'm the only one here. Not unusual for me. The best camping site for this location is 129, which is the site I'm choosing. It's got this little section here. This is part of the lake there, and it wraps around. The lake is U-shaped, and there's a little fire pit here and tons of area to put the tent and everything. I'm going to put all the tent and everything here, but you come down and there's a little dock over there. The guy's fishing, and I'll walk down here real quick. Sorry, it's bouncy. I took the second boat out of Anacortes. Lots of spider webs. Oh yeah, that's bright. That's bright. More bouncing. Okay. Well, the lake goes way over there, and it goes way over there, and it's pretty clear. It's not bad. So this is the second step of the camping trip, getting the campsite and getting everything situated. This is one of the little islands in this lake. You'd swim over to it if you wanted to. A little further along the lake now. I think I'm down by the other end. There's another island out there, but somebody rigged up a rope swing here. The water must be pretty deep out there. I just thought that was interesting. Anyway, there's another island out there. Here's another look at that island, and this is a cedar that has done a gravity check into the water. There's the roots right there. And this is the end of the lake right there. So from there it's on up to Mount Constitution. A little further along the trail now, and I passed this perfect example of a nursery tree. There has to be at least 20 different trees grown out of that one. I'm here at the very end of the lake now, and if you look, this whole area is nice and flat. There's some concrete formations down by the water. It leads me to wonder whether or not this was ever used as a little housing area, even a homestead for a farm. But you can tell that there's differences between these trees here and the ones that I just showed you because their ages are different. So it is very curious to me. It's something that caught my eye right away, that this looks like a fantastic place for a homestead. Down there is where the trail forks. I'm going to Twin Lakes, apparently. This rock formation I thought was kind of cool. There's a big rock out there and there's a tree growing off of it. And this big boy here is a beautiful cedar. It's one thing I love about coming out into the woods that haven't been logged, is that you get a chance to see all the big trees. And there's a whole lot of smaller ones here, obviously, but it's not bad. This is another just awesome place here. Got all these rocks covered with moss. Huge Douglas firs. There's even some little water movement through here. Right there. You can, well, now it's coming into camera. Right there, this little creek. Some red alder out there. There's some hemlock in here too. I just thought this was kind of cool. And this is the trail and where I'm headed. I'm a little closer to Twin Lakes now. The clouds are starting to burn off. And this is the largest Douglas fir I've seen here yet. And I love how it just opens up like an umbrella up there. It's just a really, really awesome tree. At least a yard across. This is one of the Twin Lakes. And the water is crystal clear. I don't know if you can see it, but over this way there's some lily pads. Mostly I just like it because of the reflections in the water. It's perfect. There's some sort of animal there making that ripple. Not sure what it is. It's staying on the surface. Maybe a turtle? Not sure. Not sure. But they call it Twin Lakes, so my guess is there's another one further up. I hiked about 50 feet. There's the first lake I filmed. This is a trail going off around it. Apparently Mount Pickett is 1.5 miles that way. And this is the other lake. Sorry for my bouncing here. I know you probably can't see this, but right now I'm staring down it's either a spike buck or a 2-point. He's looking straight at me, center of the screen, and he's dead still. I've been following this herd now for a while, They go back and forth. He's just standing right there looking straight at me. Of course, for me, it's crystal clear. Everyone always says that I have really good vision, but to me they just stick out like sore thumbs. And I walked right up and found this guy. I've walked up and found several of them actually, and this is the 5th one I've seen, and I've seen 2 does as well. But he's just dead still looking straight at me. I think it's hilarious. Let's see if I move, if he'll move. No, he thinks I can't see him. He's like, well, maybe if I be still, he won't see me. It's so funny. There he is. Okay, now he's moved. See, he's coming back. Oh, look at that. He has white spots on him. That was cool. You probably can't see it over there, but there's a little woodpecker bouncing up the tree. He's little. Actually, there's a couple of them on that tree. And this tree is a telltale sign that woodpeckers are alive and well here in this area. I just think it's rather interesting. For some reason, I just feel compelled to film this area. You can see the trail going down there. I'm on my way back to camp now. There's the homesteading area that I think it used to be a homesteading area. And now that we have clouds come in, this looks a whole lot better. I just love the way this looks. I'm up here at Mount Constitution. It's a little breezy, so you're going to get some noise from that. Looking straight toward Anacortes. The sun is setting right now, so you're getting some serious shadows. Right over there you can see Bellingham. And you probably can't see it in the video, but there are skyscrapers there in the distance. That's Vancouver, British Columbia. And around the corner that you can't see is Susha Island, one of the islands I really like. And that's Strait of Georgia, or Georgia Strait, whatever you want to call it. The Inside Passage. So that's that. I was hoping to be able to see Mount Baker, but you can't right now. There's a few lenticular clouds over there you probably can't see in the video, but it's over that way. You just can't see it right now. Anyway, this is the view from Mount Constitution on Orcas Island. This is on the way back down. I pulled over to the side of the road. This is looking back toward Whidbey Island, and you can actually see the Navy base there, just at the edge of the water. I don't know what this island is. It's possibly Lopez, but I don't think so. Anyway, just thought this was an interesting view. So how might Brian start a fire these days? Well, Brian might cheat and bring Presto logs to begin with, and then use normal wood later on. It's a great way to get fire going. Well, this is the beginning of day 2. No precipitation last night. It's partly cloudy. The water is extremely small. I mean, crystal clear. There's no movement at all. I don't know if you can hear it, but there's like a drone of bees. And I can't see a single insect anywhere. So they must be up in the canopy or something. Anyway, got the coffee made, priority of life, and breakfast is rehydrating. The fire burned all the way down, and so everything's fine. The 2 stowaways in the Jeep are MIA at this point. I don't know if they snuck out the same way they snuck in, but I went to get something in the Jeep last night, and there were 2 little mice inside my Jeep, and I have no idea how the hell they got in there. But I went through it this morning, and I can't find any mice, so either they're hidden really well and they're sleeping, or they left the same way they came in. Last night there was a barred owl that was here, and up there on that little branch right there, that's where he was sitting, and this is pretty much the angle from which I took that picture. So I was probably less than 10 feet away from him. Beautiful bird. Just beautiful bird. I've always loved owls. Anyway, today is not a hiking day. Today is a exploration day of Orcas Island. And so I'm going to be driving a whole lot. So if my 2 stowaways are still in there, I'm sure they'll be scurrying about while I drive. I'm not afraid of mice, so it's not a problem, but it is one of those things that I've never had happen before. So I'm going to sign out until after breakfast. I love this stump. It's like this stump is giving everybody the finger, like, I'm still here. I absolutely love this. This is my last day here, and it's been another good one. It's a little windier today than it was before. No complaints though. just wanted to show this. There are snails everywhere in this lake, at least in this general area. They're all over the place. You could easily pick up 100 of them just right here. They're all over. Some of them down there, they look to be over an inch wide. So you definitely have a good food source. But lots and lots and lots of snails. Just thought I would film that. This is here at the campsite. Campgrounds, actually. It's on the way in. And there's a little creek here. And some loudmouth chipmunks. There's some cedars of size, especially when you look up the hill up there. That one up there is at least 6 feet across. One thing I like to point out is that the forest has a natural height limit, the width limit for getting into the park. And it is exactly that wide. Just thought that was interesting. I want to film the water here because the fish are jumping like crazy out there. I know this is a heavily stocked lake, but it's just amazing how many they're jumping out there. I don't think you can see it. Was hoping you could, but there's not enough there's just not enough distinction in the image. I wish you could see it. It's like hundreds of people are throwing rocks into the lake all at the same time. And they're all over the place.